Hello, welcome to Community Connection. I'm your host, Gloria Enloe. The goal of this program is to let people in Jefferson City know what's happening in their hometown. A lot of times I'll hear people say there's nothing to do in Jefferson City, but that is forever turning out to be a lie. There's tons of stuff to do in this city, especially in the downtown area, and we're here today to talk about one such event, which used to be the Jazzfest, but now has evolved into something even bigger than the Jazzfest. It's the Jefferson City ArtsLive weekend. And we're going to have 3 days of wonderful activities planned for you. But here to talk to us a little bit about that, we have Jeff and Jeff. Jeff Bassinson is with the Jazzfest, and he's always been a big part of that, a longtime JCTV volunteer. And then we have Jeff Boyer from Capital Arts. Guys, welcome to JCTV.
Hi. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, either Jeff, if you would, as I said, this used to be the Jazzfest, and Jazzfest has been going on for over 20 years, but tell us a little bit about how this has now evolved into a 3-day extravaganza.
It just happened just recently to turn it into a 3-day event that was put on with Downtown Association, Jill Snodgrass with Daily Planet. It would be including the Thursday Night Live on Thursday, September 5, something new called the Art Stroll that is going to be on Friday that's also downtown. And then Saturday, the Capitol Jazz Fest and Capitol Street Art Fair will be the third and final leg of that three-day event.
Tell us a little bit about Jazzfest and some of the acts that are going to be coming to town.
This is the 22nd annual Capitol Jazz Fest, and this year we're going to have 5 performers again. The first one is going to be Dawn Weber and the Electro Funk Assembly. They're out of St. Louis. It'll be a five-piece jazz band. They start about 1:30. At 2:50, we have the MU Faculty Jazz Combo. The players in that group have played in various configurations throughout the history of the Jazz Fest. Tom Andes on keyboards, Sean Hennessy on guitar, Kevin Hennessy on bass, Arthur White on saxophone, Alan Beeson on trumpet, and Kevin Giannino's on drums. That should be a fantastic group because we've never heard them together before at this event. Followed by the James Ward Band. They were here back in 2011. They were very well received. They play more of a smooth jazz, sometimes more of a funk type music, which is just very, very fun, and just it's very difficult to stay in your seat and not move around listening to them. It's just really good music. La Movida will be our 4th band, and they'll be playing at 5:40 p.m. It's more of a salsa group out of Colombia, and they are sort of a, Del Alma used to be, I guess, a predecessor to La Movida. Some of the folks from Del Alma, which had played at the Jazz Fest before, are in this group as well. So they'll be the 5:40. The last group that starts at 7 o'clock is Green's Blues Band, which is Ben Green. He's a local musician, Jefferson Cityan, has been here for several years, and his group will be finishing it up at 7 o'clock.
That sounds awesome. Great lineup, music all day long, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to remind everyone, too, this is a free concert and something that people can just go down and enjoy.
Right. Saturday, September 7th is when the Capitol Jazz Fest, Capitol Street Art Fair. The music is all free. We try to keep this event free. It's pretty tough sometimes. We get in some good groups, and the costs do get a little steep, but we always try and find sponsors for those groups. And we've been very fortunate to be able to bring in some pretty good musicians and to keep it a free event.
Great. Well, Jeff Boyer, this is also going to be going on during a chalk art competition that's become pretty popular. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right, we've got the Capital Arts Street Art chalk art competition, and it's also free. The entire event's free, and we're still accepting submissions on or applications for that. So I encourage people to still apply. It's going to be a chalk competition. We're giving out hundreds of dollars in prizes, so it's very exciting. It's a great opportunity for artists, either any age, if they're starting out, or if they're a professional artist, amateur artist, college, any school age. There's different categories, and they all have different prizes.
Yeah, and people might think of chalk art and think about kind of the crude drawings that people used to make on sidewalks when they were kids. But I mean, I've seen some of these murals basically that are amazing.
That's right. The quality of work is just amazing, and it's just a great for everyone to see the quality of artists and love for art here in our community.
Yeah. And I mean, Jefferson City really has a thriving art community for a city of this size, and I think it's great that we're able to kind of pair these two events and have something for everyone downtown.
Yeah, I think they work really well together. People are really inspired by all the great music going on that day, and it really reflects in the artwork.
Yeah, a lot of the artwork I have saw has definitely a music-related vibe to it, so it's really cool. All right. Well, Thursday Night Live is going to be happening. The chalk art and the concert is Saturday, but Thursday Night Live, that's actually going to start off everything. What's been your experience with Thursday Night Lives downtown? Are people getting big crowds out of those and big response?
They've always had in the last several years, they've had a very, very good response. When they first started off, it was somewhat new. I guess word hadn't gotten out, but word has gotten out very well on that event. And I have not seen a small crowd there for several years now. They've always had a very, very good response. And I'm sure that if weather permitting, this will be no exception.
Right.
So they've always had a really good response. So.
And then Friday we have the art stroll, and again that's going to be in the downtown area. People can partake in that. We have the festival district set up right now, so people can drink out there and have a good time doing that. But Saturday, in addition to the Jazzfest and the chalk art, we're going to have the prison break race from over at the Missouri State Penitentiary, which that's just a really neat way to draw in all these different groups to this one event. And then there's a parade, and I did not know about that.
Yeah, it's the Labor Day parade. They always have it the weekend after Labor Day because they want to make sure that people will come out and see the parade. And it'll go through the downtown area, and it finishes up in the past it's been about 11:15, 11:30 in the morning, and then that's when Capital Arts and Capital Jazzfest will move into place and get everything set up for the next activities that go on downtown.
When people come out for the Jazzfest and doing the chalk art and stuff, is it kind of just a laid back vibe? People just can meander about, and you're not like on a real strict timetable, it seems like.
We try and keep the music on I wouldn't say a strict schedule, but it's a very laid back, relaxed atmosphere, which is what we've been trying to do. It is the 7th year of collaboration between Capital Arts and Jazzfest. We've been doing this. This will be our 7th year combining these two events on the same day in the same place. And what's really nice is people get the opportunity to listen to the music. And in between the setting up, taking down one band and setting up another band, they can get up and walk around and look at some of the chalk art that's taking place out on the street. Actually, they're drawing it actually literally on the street. As a matter of fact, the artwork that we used for this year's poster was done by a gentleman named Essex Garner. And if you look on the sides of it, it was a 4x6 block of High Street. You can actually see the asphalt on the sides of where he had drawn his image of, this year was Dizzy Gillespie, fantastic trumpeter.
Essex is great. He teaches art classes here at Lincoln University, and we see him all the time, and we were talking about the process, and I mean, he's just at work for hours on this thing, and it's amazing what you come away with. So.
In the past, one of the collaborations that we do is the Capital Arts will provide the artwork for our poster each year, and Essex has his artwork has been chosen on a couple of occasions to be used for the posters. So we're very happy that he participates in this and comes up with some fantastic looking stuff. So,
would you say that this is a family-friendly event?
Yeah, anybody and everybody is invited. Very family friendly. I'm sure the chalk art, you've got all different ages.
Oh, right? Yeah, we want the whole family coming.
So people don't have to be scared or intimidated if they can't create, Dizzy Gillespie in chalk on the sidewalk.
Absolutely not. I'm a firm believer in anyone should be making art. It's just good for the soul.
Sounds great. If people are wanting to enter the competition, what do they need to do in order to take part?
They just need to go to capitalarts.org, and that's capital with an A. And you can click on, we have several links that give you the application, and there's also a video that shows you a preview of the Jazzfest.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Can you give us just a roundabout figure, Jeff, of maybe what the turnout has been the past couple years and what you're hoping for this year?
The numbers have been increasing since we moved back in 2011 to the downtown area. 2011, I'd say it was somewhere between 800, 1,500 people. Last year, it was easily between 1,000 to 2,000. And we're figuring that, once again, weather permitting, we plan on having a bigger number. We've been getting a lot of very positive response. A lot of people had written into our email and checked out our website. We've had a lot of hits on our website, and a lot of people are very interested in this event. And we're hoping to just keep increasing the size. We'd keep it downtown, get more of the businesses involved with it, and then hopefully have a better turnout each and every year, which will allow us to bring in we have good musicians now. And they're all Missouri musicians. We want to be able to reach out at some point into regional, possibly even national acts in the near future.
Right.
But good turnout, and we're hoping to have increases each year.
Well, downtown's always been a neat venue, and I bet the businesses like having all those people down there too as well.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, it's a great partnership. Well, guys, it sounds like an exciting 3 days. Thursday, September 5th, everything kicks off with Thursday Night Live. Then we have the Art Stroll on the 6th. Saturday, have the prison break over at MSP, the parade, and then Chalk Art and Jazzfest. The music kicks off around 1:30. Sounds like a fun event, and I hope to see you guys there.
Definitely want to be there.
Right.
If you need more information on Capital Jazz Fest, our website is www.capjazz, that's CAPJAZZ.org. You can also just call the phone number, which is 573-635-6866, and you should be able to get some information calling that number as well.
Thanks. And Jeff, if you could one more time give us the Capital Arts website so people can look up the information.
Absolutely. If you're interested in registering for the Capital Arts Chalk, just give me a ring at 573-835-6355. Or you can reach us on our email or through our website, and that's capitalarts.org.
All right. Guys, thanks for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time. Hope to see you there.
All right. And we'd like to thank our audience at home for watching JCTV. Don't forget to support community access television. It's a very important medium, and it's a great place for people like Jeff and Jeff to come and talk about the events that are happening in your hometown. And it's the only place you can get really local coverage like this. So please show your support for JCTV. Visit our website, jctvaccess.com. We are going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back and talk a little bit more about some of the events that are happening that weekend. Stay put. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Debbie Hamler with the Special Learning Center, one of the local United Way of Central Missouri member agencies. The mission of the Special Learning Center is to provide comprehensive early intervention services to children with special needs so they may attain their maximum potential. We serve over 500 children a year through our Special Learning Center, center-based program, our outreach therapy program, Crayon Kids, our licensed child care program for children with and without disabilities, and our Capable Kids and Family program. We provide services for the Missouri First Steps program by providing occupational, physical, and speech therapy, as well as special instruction in the child's natural environment. Our staff believe in sensory-based therapies, and we also use a total communication approach for language development. We've served children from 20 public school districts and 11 counties. We're a license plate partner with the Children's Trust Fund, so get your personalized plate today. We receive funding through Cole County Special Services, our Senate Bill 40 board. Our Special Learning Center Foundation provides financial support to our programs on a yearly basis, and we rely heavily on the generosity of our community through donations and fundraiser support. Grants of various kinds support our programs each year. You can find our website at www.speciallearningcenter.com for current activities, and we're also on Facebook under the Special Learning Center. We try to be a resource for people with disabilities in our community. If you have questions or a need, call us at 634-3070 and we will help.
Hello, welcome back to Community Connection. I'm your host, Gloria Enloe. Well, summer is drawing to an end. The kids are going back to school and fall is in the air, but that doesn't mean that things are over in Jefferson City. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of fun events coming up in September. During the first half of the program, we talked to you a little bit about the Jazzfest and also the chalk art competition that's going to be taking place downtown. But that's just part of what Jefferson City has to offer that weekend. There's also going to be an event involving the prison. And with us today we have Chris to talk a little bit about the event that's going to be happening at the prison. Chris, thanks for coming to the program.
Thanks for the invite, Gloria. I appreciate it very much.
Well, I've been seeing on flyers and on Facebook that there's going to be a prison break in Jefferson City. Tell us a little bit about that.
There is. Well, this will be our second year, and it's about a 5-mile race competition. And it really kind of started at the board table, the drawing table with the Jefferson City Outdoors group, which is a support group of the Jefferson City Convention and Visitors Bureau. And with the popularity of the prison tours, the Missouri State Penitentiary, both ghost and history, we thought it would be a lot of fun to incorporate the penitentiary into an event. And so that's how that all started. And we had our first event last year, and this will be our second event. Last year we had about 180 participants, and this year we're hoping for that many and maybe a little bit more. But that's the big draw, is beginning the race and the event at the Missouri State Penitentiary.
Now, this is a race that anyone can sign up to join.
Absolutely.
Does it actually start in the prison?
Mm-hmm. It actually starts at the penitentiary. In fact, registration that morning of is at the penitentiary. And then the prison break itself begins at the penitentiary in Housing Unit 4. So it's just kind of a nice, cool way, goes along with the theme to begin this event. And you said something earlier, anybody can participate. It's just as much about fun as it is about competition. It really is.
And I know that obviously it's going to be a race, it's going to be run, but you also have some obstacles along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you break out of the penitentiary or prison, so to speak, you head toward the Ellis Porter Riverside Park, where we've got a number of obstacles laid out. And some of those from last year, which we'll have again this year, are the slip and slides and the mud pit. I won't give too much away with that, but we've kind of added some extra layers and some extra components to make that a little bit more challenging this year with the mud pit and the slip and slide. But we're looking forward to it. There's some neat obstacles involved. So you've got the running aspect, the breaking out of prison, and then mixed in with the obstacles too.
So people should expect to have a wet and a little bit of a muddy weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. Wear old shoes and don't wear your new shoes, and wear old clothes. And we make sure we mention that on the website too. There's a pretty good chance you'll be coming home a little bit dirty than when you started. Yeah.
Now, is the focus on being the first to finish, or is it just to have fun along the way?
I think the main thing is to have fun along the way. The race starts at the same time for everybody, so you can run with your friends. We do break it into 2 divisions, male and female, and we do give prizes for the top 3 finishers in each division. But it's really, to me, and a lot of the feedback I got from the participants last year, it's just about having fun and enjoying that experience with friends and making new friends and just getting your Saturday morning and your weekend kind of started off the right way with something unique and different in the form of the prison break.
Now, this is the second year that the event's going to be taking place, and you're kind of doing it on the same day as the Jazzfest and all the art stuff that's going to be taking place downtown. Was that a conscious effort to kind of combine all these events in Jefferson City? It
kind of just worked out that way. It wasn't necessarily. Last year we had it. I think it was the second weekend in September. It was a little bit chillier with the slip and slide in the mud pit. We wanted to have it an earlier weekend and then push back the starting time a little bit and hoping for a little bit warmer weather. But it just happened to coincide with the Thursday Night Live kicking back up and the Jazzfest, and then we kind of turned it into a whole Jefferson City ArtsLive weekend, which we're really excited about. There'll be a number of activities to do for people of all ages.
You said that there was about 180 people that competed last year. Was it all kinds of ages and groups, or did you seem to have kind of one target demographic?
We had a good mixture. We really did, Gloria. We had people as young as 18. We had a good college turnout, but then we had just all different ages throughout the entire process, and we had people even into their mid-60s participating in it and had a good time too. it is. It's a challenge, and it's one of those things that once you get done, we want you to feel good about your experience. And the race itself actually finishes at Prison Brews to go along with the theme too. And once you finish as a participant, there's free pizza to enjoy, and we're hoping to add the component of live music this year too. So it was amazing because there really were all different age groups represented last year in the prison break, and we're hoping for that same dynamic and mix this year too.
Well, it's about a 5-mile long run, and obviously everyone's going to kind of go at their own pace, but is there about an average amount of time that seemed most people took to complete the course?
Yeah, that's a good question. Last year was anywhere from about, there's a strong running community in this area. We found that out last year, even with the obstacles built in. When the running element, people really shine. Anywhere from about 45 minutes to 2 hours was kind of the breakdown in which people finished. But we're hoping that the new components to the different attractions and the different barriers this year make it a little bit tougher and kind of slow down their times a little bit. Try to make the obstacles a little bit more challenging and give them something to think about, make it a little bit more difficult as far as breaking up just their running time.
This event, obviously, you got to have a lot of people to help out with it. Is most of the staff for the day of the event volunteer staff?
It really is, and this is something that we're very appreciative, because we cannot do this event without the volunteers stationed at different areas along the course and just helping with registration, helping with timing, being there at the end of the race, all those different things. Without the community support and volunteers, we would not be able to put on this race. And some of the feedback we got from last year too was the better marking and having more volunteers stationed on the course, so people know exactly if there's a sharp turn or if they're supposed to go right or left, up or down, where should they go. And we'll make sure we have more volunteers on the course this year. So you learn a lot. You learn a lot that first year on what to do, what not to do, what improvements you can make, and we'll make sure we implement those this year.
Well, it's a good sign that you had a good turnout last year, and this year hoping for even more. Obviously, you're going to have people to help out on the course, because you not only want people to have fun, but to be safe too.
Absolutely.
Because there is some physical activity involved. What should people do or where should people go if they want to find out more information about this race and maybe sign up and kind of plan for it?
They can call us at the Jefferson City Convention and Visitors Bureau, and that number is 573-632-2820, or they can go to the website, which is jcprisonbreak.com. And either one of those you can get signed up online. We can certainly help you over the phone, or you can go to online, and there's 2013 registration link at the top, and that'll kind of walk you through the necessary steps to get signed up for this year's race.
You mentioned that part of the reason you guys planned this event was because the prison tours are so popular. Can you just tell us briefly about those, the popularity of the tours, and also when people can go on one of those if they're interested in seeing it?
The prison, the penitentiary itself, was decommissioned in 2004. In 2007, I believe, was the first year that the tours began at the Missouri State Penitentiary. And Gloria, it's been amazing, because every year, including this year, we've seen a rise in the number of visitors and guests that have gone to the different tours. Primarily, the tours, and really you've got two main types of tours. You've got your history tour, and you've got your ghost tour, with the kind of the paranormal side, are your two main types. And the majority of the tours are geared towards Saturday and Sunday. But with the nice weather, we've been trying to add more during the week as well. And if you wanted more information on that, you could certainly call the office again, or you could go to that particular website, which is MissouriPenTours.com, and it'll have information on the different types of tours available, the times of those tours, the dates, and then kind of a little description on what that particular tour entails.
A lot of the racers, I don't know if you had a chance to talk with them, during the race, before or after, but were they people that had kind of been to the prison before and maybe were interested in that aspect of it, or were there people that were just more of runners and wanting to compete?
Sure. I think it was kind of split. You had people that were interested, had been on a tour, wanted to go back. You had participants and runners that were just looking for a new challenge. And you had participants that I think that had never been there, and they wanted to experience being at the penitentiary, and then kind of combining that with an athletic experience as well. It's just kind of an event. And like I said, it really is. It's just as much about having fun and that camaraderie with the other participants as it is about the competition. The competition's built in there, don't get me wrong, but it's all about having fun on that particular race day.
So if someone's maybe not in the best of shape or not extremely fast runners, is something that they should still consider doing?
Oh, I think so. I think most definitely, because it's when we kind of brand it 5 miles to freedom on the T-shirts, it's not, you're not running 5 miles the entire time. It's broken up into kind of a reenactment at the starting point of the prison break, and I won't go too much into that because it's kind of a surprise reenactment. There is some running, but then it's kind of broken up into obstacles kind of in the mid part or the midsection of the race, and then it finishes up again with some running. But it's one of those things that's not running 5 miles continuously. It's kind of broken up into some different obstacles and some fun obstacles. I know the slip and slide last year, which we're going to improve on this year, was a big hit last year, and just something kind of fun to kind of break up the monotony of running is to hit that slip and slide. And we made sure that thing was pretty quick last year and pretty good and greased up, and it was a lot of fun. And I think even the other participants enjoyed watching their fellow competitors go down the slip and slide, and it made for some good conversation at the end of the race as well.
Yeah, I bet. I haven't been on a slip and slide in years, so I can only imagine
Yeah,
what that would
it's
be
one of those
like.
things you kind of get to revisit your childhood, so to speak, as an adult, and it's like I said, we're adding kind of a different layer to the slip and slide component this year, and we're excited about that.
So there'll be some prizes along the way.
There'll be some surprises along the way. So if you competed last year in the prison break, it'll take on a different look. It really will. Some of the main characteristics will still be there, but it'll have its own identity again this year too.
Well, it's good too, because you don't want people to get bored. I'm sure you want them to come out again and again every year.
Absolutely. You're continuing to evolve and add new things and kind of reinvent yourself within the specific dimensions of what you're trying to do with the prison break.
All right. Well, Chris, if you could just briefly again remind our audience when the event will be taking place and when they need to get there.
Absolutely. Again, it'll be Saturday, September 7th of this year. Registration will be on site at the penitentiary. You just go into the front access housing unit 1 off of Lafayette Street, and the registration will be from 7:30 to 8:30 the morning of the 7th, with the race beginning at 9 a.m. in housing unit 4. So if you don't have anything going on that weekend, looking for a way to kind of start off the Jefferson City ArtsLive weekend, we highly recommend that you start with the Jefferson City Outdoors Prison Break.
All right. Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming by today. I appreciate it.
Gloria, thank you again for having me. Really appreciate it.
All right. Well, guys, it should be a great weekend in Jefferson City, so we hope you can all make it out there and support local arts and also the prison tours. And this event should be a great time had by all. Wonderful way to kick off fall and really get back into the spirit of fall in Jefferson City. It's a beautiful time of year. Thank you so much for watching at home. Don't forget to check us out online, jctvaccess.com. Thanks again for watching. Don't go anywhere. We have more great JCTV programming coming your way.